Well, good morning. Thank you all for being here. I'd like to thank Speaker Scheer, Pastor Perry Gauthier from Capital Ministries for being here today. I do want to point out I speak for me and not either one of those guys. You know, I'm a fighter. When I first arrived at the legislature, I fought the rapid expansion of the budget, big government programs, and infringement of our liberties. It was lonely at times. I lost a lot of battles. I won a few. I always kept fighting for the taxpayers. I never stopped fighting, and it's one of the reasons I stand before you today. As I wrestle with this decision on whether to step down or stay here and continue to fight the important policy battles for the taxpayers, the many emails, texts, phone calls I've received asking me not to resign have been overwhelming and humbling. One constituent from Plattsmouth called me and said, "We sent you down to Lincoln to fight for us, so don't quit on us now." Well, as much as my heart says to fight, my head says it's time to step away from the legislature. It's no secret to anyone who knows me. There have been many disappointing and frustrating times over my 4 years in the legislature. I've concluded that it's wise to step down as a member of the Nebraska legislature. Today I'm announcing that I am resigning from the legislature effective 12:01 a.m. January 30th, 2017. I present Speaker Scheer with my resignation letter this morning. I hesitate to resign as I know that my resignation will be hailed as a victory to the progressive liberal movement. But this is not about justice or doing what's right. This is the old adage that might makes right. If you have the votes, you can do what you want. However, one of the most gifted leaders of all time was King Solomon in ancient Israel. A man of many gifts and challenges. In the Bible, King Solomon's writings in the book of Ecclesiastes set forth that to everything there is a season, every time, to every purpose under heaven. A time is born, and a time to die, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to come together. If you'll briefly indulge me, I am compelled to recognize and thank several important people. First, I want to thank the many individuals and families that have worked so hard to get me elected in the legislature from 2012 and 2014. My elections were made possible by the generosity and man hours of individuals and families too numerous to identify individually. For those who believed in me and my fight for the taxpayers, thank you. Next, I want to thank those outstanding conservative interests and organizations and friends who have shared my mission and passion for limited government, lower taxes, and greater individual liberties. I appreciate working with you, and I thank you. I also want to thank my staff who worked for me as a senator. Their work over the past years has really bolstered me. My two current staff members are here today, and I especially want to thank them for all the excellent work and being here to support me. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Dan. I want to recognize my family. I want to thank God for granting me the privilege to serve. And make no mistake, God put me in this seat. It wasn't because I'm some brilliant guy. Finally, I want to thank my Proverbs 31 wife. My wife is one of the finest people I will ever know in my lifetime. Together, we've been through a lot of challenges, amazing times, and many, many tough challenges. Together, we've confronted personal battles far greater than any policy battle that I fought in this legislature. This amazing woman has been my champion, my guiding light and love of my life. Thank you, Lauren. I love you. To paraphrase Richard Nixon, you won't have Bill Kintner to kick around anymore. Thank you for being here today. That concludes my statement. I'll not be taking any questions. Thank you, Perry. Thank you, Speaker Scheer.